Hello user. Today I'll be demonstrating for you the Operational Preparedness System, OPS for short. Let us begin. Over here on the right, you first have the log out function. In order to log out, you must be logged in first. You then have the login function. In order to log in, you must have an account that you wish to log in with. You then have the minus account function. This allows you to delete an account. In order to delete an account, you must have an account that you wish to delete first. You then have the plus account function. The plus account allows you to create an account. We will be discussing these three buttons here shortly. Let us first create an account. My username will be demo. My password will be test. Now do keep in mind that when you create an account, it is stored locally. Your username is hashed, and the password that goes along with said username is hashed and salted. So when you create an account, you are not automatically logged in. You must log in once you have created an account. So I'll log in now. Once you have successfully logged in, you can also see up here, it says gear 4 followed by your username. Now let us discuss these three buttons down here. You have the add function, which allows you to add a piece of gear. And every single user has their own list of gear. So like let's say I wanted to add gear 1, or let's do a better name, O.C. spray to this user. And then I wanted to add another piece of gear. Emergency blanket. And I can just add as much gear as I want and it will be attached to the user that I am logged in with. That is the add function. Now, what if I wanted to remove one of these gear items? I can do that with the remove function. All I have to do is press remove and type in the piece of gear I wish to remove. Now, let's say I had a ton of gear here. Let me just make a bunch of junk. Junk 1. Junk 2. Obviously, having to press remove multiple times followed by typing the gear name will be a hassle. So I made it easy with the nuke function right here. The nuke allows you to remove all the gear for the user of which you're logged in with. For this example, I will press yes. Now all my gear is removed. Anyways, let me discuss with you the true reason of why this application is so special. Let us start by adding a piece of gear. I'm gonna go back to the O.C. spray. I'm then going to select this piece of gear. Now I have graph and I have train. In order to have a graph, I must have training data first. We have not trained with this piece of gear, so of course there will be no training data, as you can see. So let us train first. Let's focus on repetitions. Repetitions are essentially reps like you do during a workout session. For this example, I'll be doing 3 reps, so 2, 3. I will then select start session when I am ready.
Ready?
The program will verbally ask me if I am this word. I did not want to say it because then it will think that I am, which I am not. For now, for this example. You may question what this means up here, the rep count. Essentially, it is a rep counter. When you have completed a rep, this will be the rep that you are on / the total amount of reps that you must do. Do keep in mind that 86 does not count towards your rep count, but done does. The reason why 86 does not count towards your rep count is because it is essentially a fumble read. Anyways, for this example, I will be using a verbal command, and then for the next rep, I will be using a manual command, which is this button right here. So let me say the word ready.
10-4. Deploy!
Now, as you could have heard there are beeps. The amount of beeps is between 0 and 20, and it is randomized. Therefore, every single draw or every single deployment of your gear, you cannot hard code your response, if you want to call it that. Anyways, it is waiting for me to say this, or it is waiting for me to say that. I already explained to you what that means. And this is self-explanatory. I'll say stop.
Heard. Ready?
Now, as you can see up there, it was a successful read. Therefore, it did count towards our rep count. So for this, I will now use the manual option. Last time I used the verbal option. Manually, I'll just select the button, just in case you do not want to verbally pronounce that you are this.
10-4. Deploy!
As you can see, it was random, very quick there. Yeah, if you were to deploy something when all you heard was one beep, then you are pretty good. If not, then well, I guess you need to train a little bit more. Anyways, this function right here is the fumble option. I will explain to you further what that means when we go to the graph. Right now, I'll use the manual option, as I said I was going to do previously here, instead of the verbal option for this. So select the manual button.
Heard. Ready?
As you can see, that counted, and that was me using the manual option. I'll just manually select this as well.
10-4.
For the final rep.
Deploy!
Now, I discussed how this was a fumble read. It will not count towards your total rep count.
Heard. Ready?
As you can see, that fumble did not count towards your total rep count. So if you fumble a rep, you probably do not want that to count towards your total reps, because you want to do reps that are actually correct. It's like if you were working out and you were to fumble a rep, you probably will redo that rep so you can get your total reps in that you went there to do, which is why it does not count towards your total rep count. Anyways, let me finish this training session. But first, let me explain to you what this does. Stop training early, no log essentially is used if you want to exit the training session early. And if you use this function while the program is waiting for you to say stop or 86, that training data will not be read as anything. Anyways, let me complete our training session by doing the final rep.
10-4. Deploy!
Stop.
Heard. Training complete.
Now let us go to our graph now that we have some training data. As you can see, this is our training data. Now let me explain to you each of these points. Our initial deployment speed was at 33. We'll just disregard this extra little bit of data here for now. 33 is pretty slow. However, our next deployment was 30 seconds, which is of course a little bit faster than 33. You may question why there is a line break here. I did that because I did not want the fumble to count towards the line graph. It is a fumble, so therefore I did not believe it should count towards your training data. It should just be read as a fumble. The reason why it is at the same level as the previous point is because nothing has improved and nothing has gotten worse. In fact, it doesn't even count. Hence the line break, hence it is at the same level as the previous read. It is yellow just so you can easily see that it is a fumble read once you actually know the color of what a fumble is. Now you also may question why there is a line break here on this training bit of data. 0.1, that's actually pretty fast. The reason is because now we begin a new line inside our graph. Now if I toggle the annotations, you can see why I do not want to have a line between this and the fumble. Because visually, I just want to take into consideration this. Visually, I just want to take into consideration what this amounts to, as long as that's not a fumble. This break right here allows this point to be seen, this fumble to be seen, but it does not count towards anything significant. It is completely separate from everything. You have this graph right here, or this line, and then you have this point right here, which if we were to further train, we'll probably have a red point here, a red point here, and a red point here, and it'll all be connected. And now this fumble is really just an outsider. It is there, it is red, it is data that is important, but it does not count towards anything significant visually, and that is why I designed it in such a way. Now we just have a little cool bit of data down here. The average speed allows you to see your average deployment speed. I do think that people would find that quite useful. That is the Operational Preparedness System, OPS for short. Now I'm just going to log out, and I'll show you how to log out. So all you have to do is press log out. And now let's say if I wanted to delete my account. That's easy. I just press minus account, demo. Now demo is deleted. If I were to try to log in again, log in, demo, test, you can see that the user is no longer inside the database. I hope that explains for you well what the Operational Preparedness System is designed for and how you can use it. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.